So
I don't even know what you're talking about, and I want full reaction.
Beto, I'll give it to you because
because the fact that Morales is having that reaction knows I'm going to be on his side.
There was a story that came out over the weekend. So Evan Siddery with Forbes Sports.
Okay.
The Suns are hoping to pursue LeBron James this offseason, which is why Bronny James.
Wait, hold on. LeBron James?
Yep.
Not the Sun.
No. Well, there's a connection to the Sun.
Stay with us, buddy.
Oh, here's the connection.
Real?
Which is why Bronny James is a very serious draft option at number 22 overall to potentially lure him in. So let me give you the pieces here. LeBron cannot sign with the Phoenix Suns for
let me write this down.
$50 million deal or something along those lines.
Because LeBron is, for those unaware, LeBron has a player option.
Yep.
That's what Emily, when you told me that, I thought it was just about LeBron. I didn't know the Sun was in a factor in this
right.
too.
LeBron can become
No, the Sun's a big factor.
LeBron can become a free agent this offseason, and Rich Paul may have accidentally let it be known that he's going to opt out.
That's right, with Chris Haynes. Yeah.
Which most people expected that he's going to opt out
and re-sign
but
for
when
money.
But when you refer to him as a free agent, it sounds a little bit more ominous, I guess, especially when you combine this story.
So here's the he's not able.
I'm taking notes.
He's not able to. LeBron's not able to leave the Lakers and decline his player option and decide, hey, I'm going to go sign a 2-3 year deal for $50 million. The contract that the Lakers can give him obviously is significantly more from a financial perspective. He can only sign, if he leaves the Lakers, he's only signing basically for the vets minimum.
Yeah, the vets minimum.
Okay.
Other than a couple plays. Like Philly has some money. Orlando
but they don't have $50 million.
They don't have what he could currently make with the Lakers.
He can make the most with the Lakers.
I don't think there's any team with that type of salary cap that would be serious.
So he'd be sacrificing about $50 million. But here's the pitch. The pitch is this, and this is what the Phoenix Suns are trying to – I'm going to read a little bit more into the story. Phoenix appears to believe they can convince LeBron to join forces with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal to create a historic super team. The way Bronny comes into play is – what did LeBron say? And I know LeBron's tried to backpedal on this, but there's really nothing to backpedal from. And I get it. Listen, if LeBron, one of his goals and dreams in life is to play with his son in the NBA, I understand. I'm sure
but
that.
But then the kid said, I don't really care.
So the kid is one thing. I'm just talking about from LeBron's perspective.
What does he matter?
Well, unfortunately, AK, once he said that he wants to play with his son, you know, and again, it's not like Bronny's a top 5 pick in the NBA. It's not like everybody's looking at Bronny James and saying, watch out, this is the next guy. So clearly Bronny's got the attention because of his dad, and whether we like to admit it or not. But part of the story here is about using your number 22 overall pick. You go get Bronny James, which there was a story over the weekend.
You're going to waste a first rounder on this kid?
Yeah, they would waste a first rounder if they think LeBron's going to come. I guess my question is this. Do you think LeBron James, because I don't mean to be disingenuous when I say this, when I say it doesn't matter what Bronny wants, because unfortunately I feel like it doesn't matter what Bronny wants, at least up to this point. We'll see what happens. Do you think LeBron would consider something like this? I'll ask you guys both that question.
I'd like to think he wouldn't. If his son is, because to me, and look, I'll preface this by saying I do not know LeBron well, and I've never met Bronny.
Nobody does.
But based on Bronny's very few public comments, we've really only started hearing from him during these different draft workouts and combines. It sounds like Bronny wants no part of this team up at all.
He wants to make it on his own.
Right, and I don't blame him because he's already seen as this Nepo baby who's only getting this type of buzz because people want a piece of his dad.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like he has no interest in this at all. I would like to think that LeBron would take into account the idea that if Phoenix takes Bronny at 22.
Oh, my goodness.
So
which no one is expecting that to happen.
What are you doing
Bronny
if you're
is
Phoenix?
not considered first-round talent right now.
Or second.
Maybe in a couple years he could be. He absolutely could be in a couple years. But right now, nobody.
But he's not
thinks
going
that.
back to college, so this is it. Like
He still can go back. He still could go back.
Good for you. Good for you, Phoenix Suns, getting into the headlines and having us talk about you at 10:38 on a Monday, Tuesday, whatever day.
But if he actually is a part of, if he plays a part in this role of you overdraft the living bleep out of my son, and I will come over to your team. You're turning your son into a novelty act. Like, you're turning your son into a bartering chip.
All
Like,
right, so $50 million is what you can leave on the table?
yeah.
Yeah, about
Slee?
50.
You, Andy, serious relationships, good life partners. Hey, babe, here's $50 million I'm going to leave on the table. I don't care if you're a billionaire or not. That's $50 million.
Beto, but
and also if you're LeBron,
Yeah.
who is involved with other players advising them, even though he says he's not, you're setting this up for a precedent that's going to be bad for other players. I don't care. You're going to go play for the vets
And
minimum?
LeBron is known for caring about these sort of precedents, which good on him.
Yeah.
Like, this is a responsibility.
When he was done in
carries in the
Miami,
league.
it was, I'm taking all the money
Right.
now. Because in Miami, he did sacrifice. Remember him, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade were
Yeah.
each making 16
that
mil,
was a
something like
different
that.
part of your
Okay,
career.
so here's the, and again, I'd like to see LeBron James come back with the Los
What's the
Angeles
name of the
Lakers,
owner?
and let's
Matt
figure it out.
what?
Matt
Matt
Ishbia.
Good for him.
He's a
Well,
loon.
okay,
love
but wait,
him.
wait,
He is
wait,
a
wait,
love him.
wait. But what's Matt Ishbia kind of has nothing to do with this. If Braun's signing for the minimum, Braun signed
Matt
for the
Ishbia has
He's the
everything
one
to
saying,
do
I'll
with
do it.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
And give me attention right now.
I understand that, but it's not like he's going to sign Braun and there's this extra salary that he has, like the
No, but he's still.
It's not like he's going to sign Bron anyways.
This is one of the. This is one
he's
of the.
not going to Phoenix.
This number 22 pick is one of the few assets that they have
Yes.
to try to make this team that is in salary cap hell.
Mm-hmm.
They're like past the second apron. They're like on the 8th
They're
apron
beyond. They're,
Yeah.
they're,
at this point. So Matt Ishbia has a lot to do
Good for
with
him.
whatever they do with this.
But the
Good
number
for him.
22 pick doesn't mean anything if LeBron James is a Phoenix
but it's a
Sun.
first
Do you
rounder
agree with
can
that?
use as a chip somewhere else.
I agree, but what is the biggest issue? Again, I'm not telling you that LeBron's going to end up with the Phoenix Suns, but I'm just going to put this story out there, and let's see, does LeBron have any interest of playing with the Sun? Because I do remember 6-8 months ago, whenever that was, LeBron said that's one of his dreams would be to play with his son.
But he's
trying to
backpedaled off
give
of that.
him something. He's backed off of it, but I don't believe it. He backed off of it simply because it was bad for his son to be tied to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
it was bad for him to be tied to that.
right, it's a bad. Honestly, it's a bad look for LeBron. If
All
he
of this is a bad look.
Right. If LeBron is basically using his son to create some other chapter of his legacy that really is much more about him.
You know, Ireland's
than
going to
his
come in here
son.
and say, "Who cares?
Right,
Who cares?
well,
Who cares?"
For a variety of
For-
reasons.
for the Lakers, who cares?
I think who cares?
But if you're Phoenix,
John
you-
is saying who cares for the Lakers.
Yeah, if you're Phoenix, again, great job by Matt. We're talking about them for something that they have no chance at all happening. LeBron going, with, you said veteran minimum,
Take a vet's minimum.
which is what? How much is that?
Couple mil
Whew, yeah, I'm going to do that. Come on, man.
What is the vet's minimum
for someone
now?
of LeBron's service. I think it's about 2 to 3
Okay,
mil.
and also, that team is not good. That team is a mess. They don't.
need a
Well, that team,
playmaker, though.
that team with LeBron, it's a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
It is like what they don't have.
But are you going to have
is,
that many guys, that many egos with one ball?